Hello, I'm Chris, this is Gross Models. Welcome to, well, technically part 34, but whatever part, it's part number 2, but I'm not going to give part numbers to any of these because it's just far too confusing. The next part of building R2-D2. This part is apparently the fuel cell, which goes onto the leg and basically covers over the motor. We've got some parts, which is basically a big white box. The first thing it says to do is to test the motor, which is obviously going to be a good idea before you lock it all up. So I've got the battery pack, which we've been using to test everything. Basically they want us to use this test cable and the board, which I've got locked away, to make sure that the motor actually turns over. So I'll get everything ready and back in a sec. Right, I've got it all plugged in and turned on. Obviously unplugged the main cable and put in this test one, and by pushing this button apparently it should make it turn. There you go. What's that turning? So the motor works. Lovely. Right, let's get everything back how it should be. Turn off my battery pack to save that. Get that plugged back in. So there. Right, I'm happy with that. That's good. It obviously doesn't make it go anywhere, but there you go. Right, I'm going to be using a couple of bits from last time that I didn't get to use, the metal cables. Putting in plugs and putting a cover on. So let me get everything together and show you where I am. Right, I pulled off these caps. I did just snap them off, but they did leave a little blobs, so I've actually trimmed those down to make sure they're nice and smooth. Not sure how noticeable it's going to be once they're in. Now obviously these have a shaping to them because of the curvature of the foot where it's going to cover, so just make sure you get those the right way round, because I'm pretty sure once they go in they're not going to be very easy to get back out again. Now the instructions say to put those in, obviously the two in the longer ones, and these go over these. These are obviously just covering screw holes. These are like a rubbery, like a polycap type thing. And then it says to do the next 4 up. And that uses up all of these caps that I've got at the moment. I'm assuming there's going to be more for further up as we get there. Right, next up we use this cover. There's 2 identical silver and blue bits that have to go onto it. One of them goes on there. These are quite a tight fit, so I probably won't need to glue any of these in. Actually they're going into hexagonal holes and they're a round peg, so it's going to be tight. So yeah, that's plenty secure enough. Right, that goes over here, and again obviously these are going to line up. With the screws that we've got in there. There we go. It just sits on there. Right, I'm assuming, yep, going to need 4 screws for that, and then that goes on there. Let's put that on there while I'm here, getting it on same way around that it says to on the picture. Just putting this on now so I haven't got loose bits floating around. Right, I'm going to be using some of the black self-tapping screws. 4 of those apparently, obviously. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's get those ones out of the way. I don't need them yet. Get those into these 4 holes here. Every time, as I say, don't tighten up the first screw. Get them all in a little bit, just a few turns, just to make sure everything's lined up properly, and then go back and tighten them all up. Just make sure everything's in the right place and lined up. If you get 3 in and then the 4th hole isn't quite lined up right, you're in trouble. Being these self-tapping screws, they're not designed to go in and out lots. So that's that. Now it's the fourth one, so I can get that tightened down. There you go. There's no need to go ridiculously tight on these. This part isn't going to be putting any strain or anything. Just making sure I haven't got those wires caught under anything. There you go, that's that. Right, then the cover goes over and another 4 screws to hold that in place. That's that. I haven't given you any screws for a couple of issues, so I'm assuming there's going to be a big bag of them in the coming weeks. Now these issues come out weekly, but as I subscribe to it they send me 4 issues every month basically. So I would expect me to be bringing out, I'll drop that one, I'll find that in a moment, one of these videos. I'll probably do them all at once because each one of these doesn't take very long to do. Once I get everything out, it's easier to, you know, build the month's worth in one hit, and then just sort all the videos out at once as well, rather than spreading them out too much. So you'll probably find a bunch of these appear all at once, and then there's nothing for a while I'm doing other things. Obviously feel free to watch all my other things that are on the channel. I try and put things up quite regularly on there. There you go, that's that. And then we use the metal bits that we had from last time. They just go, they're both the same length, that doesn't help. Right, the bottom goes to the outside and the top goes to the inside. So they just feed in there. Now they're a little bit loose, so I'll probably add a bit of glue to those at some point. But yeah, that's that, and that's everything for this month, or this week rather. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching. So these are only very short update videos really, rather than too much. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed it. Come back next time for the next part. See you soon. Thanks.